As someone who grew up with a traumatic brain injury and was like diagnosed with so many mental disorders, when I say diagnosed, I mean they said I had all these, bipolar, depression, anxiety, ADD, but were they really diagnosing me or were they trying to get me on more medication so that they can make more money? Side note. But, anyways, back to what I was saying about just growing up. I've always been intrigued by psychology. I've always been intrigued by human behavior. I've always been intrigued by why people do what they do. So that being the case, I'm constantly in my head analyzing myself on a daily basis. And I wonder, is this something that everybody does or something that I do because I'm very well aware of when my brain is not okay? I'm very well aware of when the anxiety is creeping in and the medication might not be working. I mean, we all want to have a good day, right? We all wake up, hoping to have a good day. Nobody wakes up and says, well, I hope it's a shit day. That's not how we operate. So, I remember, okay, I've got to my brain needs to tell my body what it wants. My brain needs to tell myself, hey, we're going to have a good day, don't be angry. Oh, that's so hard for me. Don't get mad. That's so hard for me. So, like, the other day, I was just like, I could tell I was just having a shit day. And I thought to myself, why? What is your fucking deal? Why are you having a bad day? And I thought to myself, okay, it was nice, the weather was nice, and then it turned to shit. So the sun went away, it was cloudy, and I was wearing a jacket in June. This didn't sit well with me. When it's June, I want it to be warm. And it was windy, and it was just kind of like, this is one of those days where I don't even want to go to the gym. I want to go home, and I want to curl up in a ball and watch psychotic mysteries or psychological, documentaries. I was like, no, no, we gotta go to the gym. We gotta do all the stuff that we do to get through this fucking shit show. And as I'm doing my job, and I'm just like, is this what I should be doing? I mean, forget about that part because it just is what it is. And you start analyzing, you're like, oh, you start feeling those, self esteem, doubts and shit like that. And you're like, no, 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 kick that out of your brain. And then a couple of days later, the sun is out. It's nicer. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've got a tattoo appointment, that day or the next day, something like that. And I was just like, okay, I've got this going on. I'm making plans for, 4th of July with someone who is really important. And I'm just like, all right, I've got all these things, I'm going to go to the, pew pew range. And so I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to feel happy. I'm starting to feel more excited about life, stuff like that. But then my brain goes back to something that I've argued with people about, I've had conversations with people about, and I fucking hate it. By the way, if you're still with me, congratulations. Not many would still be. And that is the whole concept of money. Does money buy happiness? My take is that it does because money provides stability. And for someone like me, stability is a huge thing because if I'm stable, I can handle whatever life throws at me. And when I say stable, I mean, the basics. A roof over your head, a car to get you from A to B, a steady income. Those are the basics, those are the basic things in life. Nobody wants to imagine their life being homeless, even though sometimes it crosses my mind. But I'm just like thinking, wow, I'm feeling so much more excited about life. But I wouldn't have that if I didn't have the money to purchase all these things that I'm so freaking excited about. And again, even things like the ability to afford gas in your car, so you can go across state lines and celebrate the 4th of July the way it was meant to be and not be like a negative Nancy and blah, blah. I can't do shit. I can't afford shit. Life sucks. Again, if you're still with me, bravo. These are just like thoughts that have been in my head. And I don't really have, that group of like friends where you like spill your guts to them. So I spill my gut to a screen right here. My gut, my guts. Oh, if I was still in therapy, I mean, what would the therapist say? How does this make you feel? Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I mean, let's be real. Like, this has become, people's therapy. The way that people, hold themselves accountable. They talk to a screen. They let other people watch. Maybe somebody's going through the same shit. Who knows? My hand is like, feels like it's swollen from this tattoo. That was random. But what I'm getting at is just like, how many other people are out there just analyzing their brains all the time? I could do another one, but it's probably boring at this point. Fine, I'll do one more analysis. I watch a lot of, again, documentaries about serial people that commit unaliving and stuff like that. And I think to myself sometimes, maybe you need to calm down. Maybe you need to go watch some friends. So I was like, I'm going to take a break from this. And I started watching a movie. And don't judge. Don't judge because, it was something I enjoyed watching back in the day. It's called Save the Last Dance with Julia Stiles. You Gen Xers, maybe you know what I'm talking about. She's a dancer. She meets a boy. He's cool, but life's, realistic and hard. And after watching it, I was like, this sucks. Because back in the day, that was when you would have a movie and they fall in love and they reach their dreams and success in life. And now you're just like, that is just some bullshit. And basically, it was like, I'm just going to go back to watching why people commit these heinous crimes. Because I can wrap my brain around, the darkness that people feel. I can wrap my brain around childhood trauma, growing up with childhood trauma, and what it turns older adults into. Or there's a show on Hulu I've been watching called Killer Kids. This is just my brain. This is my brain lately. Hopefully summer stays. I've had it with the cold weather, had it with the cloudiness. I don't think I would be able to live in countries that have, no sun and just, so many nights of never days and blah, blah. All right, I'm just